the Wrestlemania's ass to this ring? Give me a hell yeah!
Oh, lordy, heck yes. I'm W.B. Ward along with...
Chip Douglas.
And I got to tell you, we are two of the probably the most excited guys. Oh, man, I'm telling you, this is the season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Got nothing to do with... Well, for wrestling fans, this is Christmas.
Yes, it is.
Christmas is here. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I hear you now. As you know, tomorrow night... excuse me. See, it's got me all choked up.
Well, I know.
From the time we're recording this show, tomorrow night at this time is going to be the start of not the first, not the second, not the third, fourth, fifth, it's the 30th. Number 30, WrestleMania of all time. It's going to be live at the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Take it, Mr. Kid Rock. Oh man, you can just feel the electricity.
Feel the energy.
You can feel the electricity. Say it with yes, friends. Just put your hands on your computer, and we're going to heal you now. Yes, brothers and sisters. You could. Oh, am I excited?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get? I am. I am just. I tell you what. I am more excited than AJ Lee meeting a new guy.
What'd you just say?
I don't know. I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word. I said nothing. I said nothing.
All right. So
now the downside is we have to start it off on a sour note.
Yes, we do. Well, we got good news and bad news.
Okay, I'll let you break it because
the bad news is Chris Plank from a local radio show here in Tulsa, 1430
Right.
The Buzz, was scheduled to be on the show today, but he had prior commitments that were expanded out,
Yes.
so he was not going to be able to be on the show. But we did get some kind of confirmation that he will be on the show next week.
That would be awesome.
Which would still be fun, kind of a after WrestleMania show. And also, I'm reaching out to his partner in crime on the show to come on the show,
Jeremy.
So it'd be fun to have him on as well. So it's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good time after WrestleMania for us.
Awesome. By the way, to my friends in Norman, Oklahoma, the Sooners damn well better win these ball games because you guys took away a good guest from us.
Yes, they
tonight.
did.
Damn well better make it worth our while. Represent the Sooner State like you've never done before. And gosh, are we recording? Yes, we are. Okay.
Are we?
Ooh, scared me for a second. I couldn't tell if we were.
You're behind the computer, my friend.
Still
So where do we start?
I don't know. Let's see.
right.
We got a lot to talk about.
we got
a little time to get there. Let's start first off with our predictions.
Yes.
Let's start with the one that's probably going to be one of the earliest matches, and that be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
And in fact, I think this is going to be the match that kicks off WrestleMania 30.
I believe it probably
Yeah.
will. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5 seconds. Name all the entrants now. Go.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
I let's see if I think really hard if I can remember. I'm saying that, but I got the list right in front of me.
But there's going to be more than that because
There are 3 more that they haven't picked yet.
And we do have confirmation that Rob Van Dam
Yes.
is in New Orleans.
Okay.
So he could possibly be an entrant to the Battle Royal.
I'll tell you one on this list that I didn't know was going to be there is Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox is in it.
Brad Maddox, according to my sources, he's going to be part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He'll probably be the first person Big Show throws over the top.
More likely.
And I think it's a foregone conclusion Big Show's going to win this.
I'm going to disagree.
That's going to be my prediction. Big Show all the way.
I'm going to say that this is going to be Dolph Ziggler's time to recapture some momentum.
Okay, and you could be correct. You could be right. So Chip is going to say Ziggler, the Dolph Man. Hello, my name is Dolph Ziggler. I hated that gimmick. Okay, I'm writing down your. I'm committing this. So, now here's what I think will happen though. I think Dolph will make it to one of the final, at least the final 5. I think he will make it very, very far in there. But I do think once it's all said and done, it's going to be the Big Show. I mean, just think of who it's in memorial of and who should win it based on that. And
the only reason I say someone like Dolph Ziggler, and I'm not even really sold on the fact of him winning it, is it has to give somebody a little bit of a credibility, give someone some momentum. Big Show really doesn't need any momentum.
Well, Donald Wood last week was saying that he was talking about tradition within WWE, and there's one place that he and I kind of. I respect Donald Wood. I really do. I have all the respect for him in the world, but I didn't challenge any of his opinions because, well, they're his opinions, and he's entitled to them. It's okay if he's wrong. He has that right. Now that's arrogance right there.
It is.
But I do believe that they are traditional enough to have Big Show win this, only because by virtue of the fact that Big Show is very often referred to as being related to Andre the Giant, even though the two are not connected in any way, shape, or form.
No way.
Probably by shape.
Yeah.
By shape, maybe, but by any way or form, no.
I mean, Big Show win, it does make a lot of sense. I mean, because you think Andre the Giant Memorial, he is the biggest man, so yeah.
Okay, let's and very quickly, Dolph Ziggler, Intercontinental Champion, Big E, Fandango, Alberto Del Rio, Damian Sandow, Titus O'Neil, Christian, Sheamus, Big Show, Mark Henry, Heath Slater, Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Kofi Kingston, The Miz, Brodus Clay, Darren Young, and I was wondering what happened to Brodus, Justin Gabriel, Rey Mysterio, R-Truth, Santino Marella, The Great Khali, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, and Brad Maddox, and 3 who are yet to be named.
Right.
Okay. Now, the match that is going to be not too long after that is very similar to that, and that's the Vicky Guerrero Divas Championship Invitational, which basically is AJ Lee against everybody.
Right.
I wonder if this is going to be a fatal multi-way. Have you heard what the stipulations are of the match? Because they haven't announced those yet.
I have no clue.
I wonder if it's going to be like an over the.
I thought it was going to be another battle royal. That's what makes sense to me. I just don't understand what.
With that many people, that's the only way that would make sense.
Yeah. Either way,
I know he's going to win.
Who?
Tamina.
I think I agree. I think Tamina's going to win.
Okay, that's wow! I can't believe we agreed on that. That's Bill and Chip, Tamina. Okay, well they set that up so obvious. I mean, to me, it's just like a cockroach on a white carpet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
Yeah.
But the Tamina. Okay, we got that locked in, and got it saved. Okay.
Next.
How about the Fatal 4-Way, USOs versus the Matadores versus the Real Americans versus Ryback and Curtis Axel?
I'm going to say the Real Americans.
No. And after watching SmackDown last night, I really truly think who's going to win is going to be the Usos.
So they're going to retain their titles?
Yep.
Okay.
And the reason I think that is because, did you see SmackDown?
No, I did not.
Okay, you might remember, though, a few weeks back, on an edition of Monday Night Raw, Zeb Coulter hauled off and smacked the taste out of the mouth
of Jack Swagger.
Of Jack Swagger. He did that last night to Cesaro.
Oh, did he?
Cesaro did not react very well. As a matter of fact, Swagger had to get in between the two to keep Cesaro from leaping out of the ring and just wiping the floor with with Zeb Coulter. I think what I saw was the dawn of Cesaro turning face in his storyline. And I think that'll either happen tomorrow night or Monday night on Monday Night Raw the night after. But I think Cesaro and the Real Americans are going to part ways.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, and I think either it'll happen tomorrow night or tomorrow night will
I'm going to be different, and I'm going to say Real Americans, but yeah, I can very well see Usos actually retaining it.
Chip, Real Americans, maintaining stupidity. And Bill, Usos. And I think, and one reason I'm saying Usos is just because I think the Divas reality show needs a plug.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, Cena versus Wyatt.
Ooh. All right. Where do you see it going? I actually have a bold prediction that I'm going to say later because it fits in with the main event, but it's attached to this match.
Okay, so you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Bray Wyatt's going to win.
Bray Wyatt, why?
It's a good rub for him to beat John Cena. John Cena beating Bray Wyatt doesn't do anything for John Cena, and I really think that there's going to be big plans for John Cena on the night after WrestleMania on Raw, and I'll get to that later.
Well, and you have a valid point here, because my point is, even though I have one, it's not founded on as much logic.
Right.
But I'm going at it from the idea of how long has it been since Cena has actually won something of substance within a pay-per-view?
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, at least on WrestleMania, it's been a few years.
Well, no, because he did beat The Rock last year.
Did he beat The Rock last year?
Yeah, he beat The Rock last year for the title.
Oh, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
Never mind. But I'm still going to go with it. I'm going to say Cena, if nothing else, just to be
different.
just to be confrontational.
You're gonna love my prediction, by the way.
Okay, well, I've got one I'm going to hold off on too. So I don't know. Maybe you and I might be walking down the same road and we just don't realize it. Okay, we better be careful. We're going to run out of gas here pretty quick.
No, we're all right because we got a lot. I mean, we haven't got to the main events. We're cool.
Oh, okay, all right. Shield versus Kane and the Outlaws. I mean, how could the Shield lose?
I actually think the I guess you can call them the Authority. The Authority is going to win.
You think?
Dean Ambrose is going to turn on the Shield.
Wow, boy, do I disagree.
That's my prediction.
Oh, and I'm not doing this one just to be confrontational. I really disagree with that.
I mean, I just love like the turns and what could happen, the unthinkable happened. That's usually where I trend. I'd probably be a horrible booker in real life just because the fact that every match should have something like that. But yeah, it hasn't been led up to it, but I can see it happening. So that's why I'm going to say that.
My only thing there is, well, first off, the Outlaws, God love them, and I'm a fan, always have been, and I always will be. But combined, their ages are roughly about the age of this country, and so
but they can still go.
They can, but and with Roman Reigns with the Shield, I just don't see them beating Kane and the Outlaws believably. Especially with the momentum that they've given Roman Reigns over the past month or so. I agree with you to the point that I think eventually what you're predicting will happen. Yes, I do believe that. But since this bit about the Shield being a face is so new, I don't think they're ready to make that change yet. So, that's the only reason why I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. Those are my reasons on that. And I believe mine are founded on more logic than yours this time. So, there.
I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, speaking of WrestleMania and people never be able to predict anything right, I think the next match for us to predict is Undertaker versus Lesnar.
Okay.
WB, I'm curious.
Yes.
Because just like Undertaker is, was it 21-0?
Yeah, you see, Undertaker and I have that in common. We have this streak going on.
Yes, except for yours is the opposite way.
Well, yeah.
They should do that. Like, this is a storyline. Have, like, Santino Morello have, like, the same storyline, but the opposite way.
Okay, that actually has some merit to it.
Exactly.
That might not be a bad idea.
Maybe I could book.
Let's see. As long as you've known me, every year I've predicted the Undertaker was going to lose.
Yes, I even like very, very, very much remember you say Mark Henry is going to beat him.
Well, I thought he was.
All right. So with that said, 2014 WrestleMania 30, is Lesnar going to beat the Undertaker and break the streak?
Now you're asking me what I think will happen, or what I would like to have happen.
Both.
What I think it will happen is I do think Lesnar will win.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
All right.
I don't want him to, because I think he's the worst person in the world to win.
Right. So is this one of these situations where you hope you're wrong?
Oh, I really do. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
Well, for me, there's no debating for me. Undertaker's going to win. I think this is going to feed perfectly into the next night, to where Donald Wood talked about this last week, introducing Sting the night after WrestleMania on Raw, to set up that Undertaker-Sting match for WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, because, a little earlier in the program, I made mention of, I do respect Donald Wood, always will. The guy certainly knows a lot more about professional wrestling than I ever will. I have no problem admitting that. But I do disagree with him on this point. And we've had at least one person send us an email to sci@wbward.com. Joshua sent an email saying that he disagreed with him about Sting. And for the same reason that I'm disagreeing here. So Joshua, I'm on the same train with you, guy. I just hate the idea of Lesnar walking out the champion. I just cringe when I think about that. Makes me wonder if they might have plans of maybe turning Lesnar face, and if so, I wonder if Lesnar could even carry that off.
Why not? I mean, you could. I just don't see it happening. I think Taker's gonna win.
Well, it would be an interesting transition to see if he and Paul Heyman turn face.
Yeah, it would be. Actually, in my opinion, if he turns face, he'll drop Heyman.
Well, I don't know, because, a number of years ago, we might have said the same thing in regards to the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And yet he turned out to be one of the better face managers of all time, at least in my argument.
Yeah, but last time, when Lesnar was introduced with Heyman, when Heyman went face, the reason he went face is because he turned on Paul Heyman. So for him to turn face, I think that would be a legitimately easy way of doing it again, which is kind of predictable. So I really don't like it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of over Lesnar, to be honest.
Well, I have never
do you
been.
Tell?
I have never been. I can't say I'm over Lesnar because I've never been a fan to begin with.
Right.
I
was excited for him to return.
So I hate making that prediction here because I'm just not a Lesnar fan at all. Quite frankly, I think in the back room of a bowling alley, I could take him if I ran real fast.
Real fast.
But only if I ran real fast, Mr. Lesnar.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Moving on.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan, Triple H. Winner goes to the main event.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
I don't think it even matters.
Really?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
so I'm gonna abstain from this.
Okay. I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan.
Okay. Chip is Bryan. Let me record your vote. You see, the cops think you're wrong. You can hear the sirens coming to pick you up. Chip is saying Daniel Bryan, and I'm going to abstain. Well, I'm not kidding. Those are the sirens, man.
Yeah, they are the sirens.
Okay. Bill abstains.
All right. Now, moving to the main event.
And this is the reason why I'm abstaining.
Okay, go ahead.
Orton v. Batista v. Bryan or HHH. I think absolutely nothing is going to be decided here because I don't think Orton nor Batista, I don't think either one of them are going to win. And whoever winds up, whether it be Bryan or Triple H, whoever winds up in there doesn't matter because they're going to lose because of a DQ because the other one interfered.
Who's the other one?
Well, like if Bryan winds up going in, as you were predicting,
right,
then he's going to lose because either Triple H will interfere or he'll have somebody from the Authority interfere. And likewise, I think the opposite is equally true. If Triple H gets in there, Bryan will interfere to eke out vengeance. I just don't see this as being any kind of a win-win situation.
So you're saying Orton's going to retain the title?
I think he will. The end result will be him retaining, yes. I don't think he'll win, but I think he will retain.
So follow me on my expedition here.
All right.
So I have Daniel Bryan going to the triple threat match against, or the main event, which would be a triple threat at that point with Randy Orton and Batista. Daniel Bryan will win the title at WrestleMania.
Okay.
He will get his moment. We'll see the yes movement happen in New Orleans on WrestleMania 30. The confetti will fall. The next night on Raw. And if this was me in creative, this is what I would pitch. So we got Randy Orton doing his rematch against Daniel Bryan.
Gotcha.
Someone will come in and cost Daniel Bryan the title. John Cena.
Well,
and he will turn heel.
You think that's when Cena... Now, as many times as that I've predicted the Taker would
lose...
Who's
more of a corporate man than that company?
How mmany times have you predicted Cena would turn heel?
Oh, I've predicted it so many times, but it seems to me like it's the recipe's there, the weather's right, it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's just it's going to be there.
My only problem with that is the PR nightmare that's going to create for WWE. If they allowed that to happen, I think they would be shooting themselves in the foot only because of what John Cena does for the WWE as far as diplomacy is concerned.
What do you mean diplomacy?
Well, like for instance, he has the record, not just in the WWE, but the record in the world for granting the most wishes for Make-A-Wish
and
Foundation.
he could still do that. I'm not saying that he couldn't.
But as a heel,
and
that
he would
almost
be able
seems
to do
to
it as
taint
much.
that.
Yeah.
It almost seems to taint that a little bit. And I think they're going to have some damage control to do. And right now, as it is, because of the way the fans have been turning on Cena just by themselves, I think they've already had a taste of that PR problem to begin with. And I think that'll just make pour a little salt into that wound. For just that reason alone, I just don't see Cena turning heel this quick.
It's been a long time coming.
It has.
You even said yourself. I mean, look at the past 6-7 months look at John Cena ever since SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. He's been kind of on a downward spiral. Comes out of WrestleMania 30. He gives Bray Wyatt the win to kind of build up on him. And then he goes in to kind of save the day for Daniel Bryan, and ends up giving him the attitude adjustment, and Randy Orton gets back the World Heavyweight title.
Now, I do have to admit one thing. If we go back to this most recent Monday Night Raw, I love that bit they did with the Wyatt family in the ring and in the darkened
John
arena,
Cena with the sheet mask,
and then have John Cena just come up and join them. Because I don't know if this was by design or if it just happened. But if it was by design, you could be right. And that was that look on John Cena's face as he looked back at him, because I remember watching that, seeing that expression that John Cena had on his face in the ring, thinking that either he's a very, very good actor or they just planned this out to set him up to turn heel, because he had that, I don't know how to put it, that scowl. Well, about the best way to put this is look at photographs of people like Cody Rhodes since he became a face, and compare that with pictures of Cody Rhodes as a heel, and you'll notice that the expression on the face is just dramatically different. And this is something that they do within professional wrestling, most notably among WWE, because, well, they are so popular, so you'd really notice it there. But any photograph you see of them as a face is always in a more cheerful stance than that of a heel. Now, going back to this Monday Night Raw, we saw the opposite type of expression on John Cena's face, standing in the ring staring down the Wyatt family. So if that's the case, you could be right.
See? Ooh, I like that. You need to say that more often.
I just happen to disagree with it. I just don't see it going that way.
I mean, it's a long shot. I mean, I think that's a better chance of happening than CM Punk returning.
Yeah. I have to admit that, because I know I've heard that goofy rumor that CM Punk will make an appearance at WrestleMania.
No, I don't think there's no way.
And I'm kind of thinking we may have actually seen CM Punk going to the sunset.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there could be that time where he comes back, but yeah, for right now, yeah, he's done for a while.
You think in the future he might be nominated for Hall of Fame?
He deserves it.
I was just getting ready to ask, do you think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
He deserves it.
Because would they give him a Hall of Fame after he literally walked out on the company? Because he most certainly did do that. He wasn't dismissed or anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to reference back to like past like problems with Vince McMahon.
Well, certainly Vince has certainly had a lot of problems with a lot of people.
Right.
But have they ever let anybody into the Hall of Fame who has walked out on the company before?
Well, Stone Cold.
Stone Cold didn't just walk out, did he?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah, back when it was coming out of a pay-per-view, he was told that he was going to put Brock Lesnar over on Raw. And he thought that was a dumb idea. Why on earth are we going to do this on Raw?
Oh, that's right.
And
that's
so
right. Yeah,
he got on the plane. He went home.
I mean, I hate it when you're right this many times in a row.
I know, it sucks, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, it's Vince McMahon's always the type of guy who gives second chances. We've seen that.
Well, no, that's true.
We've seen that time and time again. With
the
Stone
fact
Cold.
the Ultimate Warrior is being put in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh, that's a perfect
tonight.
one. Yeah. Ultimate Warrior. I mean, Jake the Snake Roberts, Razor Ramon. Both of those guys were guys that were on their deathbeds and were nowhere associated with WWE. For them to be back in the good graces is awesome. I think that's a lot because of Triple H is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Triple H being really close with Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about WrestleMania 30 in general, just to see what happens. Now, did you hear that actually Stone Cold is going to be making an appearance at WrestleMania 30?
I seem to have heard something about that.
Yeah.
Have you heard any solidity to that?
It's been confirmed that he is in New Orleans. He's not doing any other booking or any other events as far as like WrestleCon or anything like that. So he is going to do something within WWE. So it looks like it's going to be an appearance at WrestleMania 30. Just don't know how.
Do you think that Steve Austin sometimes turns on the TV on Monday nights and sniffs?
And sniffs?
Yeah, it's like, I wish I were there.
No, not at all. Not at all. You kidding me? That guy made so much money.
Well, I know, but you know, well, you know as well as I do, when it comes to an industry like this, once it gets in your blood, you may have bad feelings about a company you have worked for at some time, but you miss the industry.
Yeah, Stone Cold made a very good point on his podcast, because there was always those rumors of him and CM Punk happening down the road. And he brought that up. Stone Cold made the point of the fact that, you always have that craving to go back, but there is a time where, over time you lose that. So he feels like he's in the point of his life to where that itch is basically gone. So he really doesn't have a big desire to get back in the ring.
That is a real abstract feeling for me, because I have 3 professions that I miss dearly.
Right.
And that would be radio. And thanks to people like yourself, who's given me this opportunity, and also the radio stations that carry my syndicated show,
right,
I can still keep my toe in that a little bit.
Right.
So that's kind of nice. I miss teaching music.
Right.
I miss that with a passion. And what was that third thing I miss? Pro wrestling. I miss climbing into the ring and doing working as an announcer.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Right.
As brief as I was in it, it did.
Still a lot of fun.
It gets into you.
Yeah.
I do think back on it, and I can't help but think that people like Stone Cold, the Ultimate Warrior, and I know the Ultimate Warrior does really, really miss it. People like, well, I hate to say this because it's kind of tender feelings for a lot of people, I think, but Jim Ross, I wonder if he misses it or if he just flats resents what's happened to him.
Now, Jim Ross, he has such a passion for the business. I think he generally he would miss doing announcing. I think it's going to be hard for him to be in New Orleans because he's in New Orleans, not with WWE, but he's in New Orleans, and he'll have to watch WrestleMania and him not announce WrestleMania 30.
How could he not watch WrestleMania? I mean, he's got to watch it.
Yeah, he's got to watch it.
I mean, he's going to be one of these people that I was just talking about. He's not going to be able to not watch that.
Right.
I wonder if he's going to be able to tolerate having to settle for watching it on television, or will he go into the arena incognito?
He could. There's a lot of suites in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
I know. I saw a few of those girls last night.
A few of the what? The
suites.
girls?
The suites.
What suites?
Oh, no, you mean the rooms.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Rooms.
Oh, okay. I see what you Oh, okay. I get you. Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'm still a single guy, so, anytime somebody says something like that, my mind just goes right down that road. That's just the spirit of the beast. Okay, now, as a very quick recap, on Andre the Giant, you have predicted Dolph Ziggler. I predicted Big Show.
Right.
On the Vicky Guerrero Championship Invitational for the Divas, you and I tied on Tamina. On the Fatal 4-Way, I predicted the Usos. You said the Real Americans. I'm going with Cena, and you're going with Wyatt on their match for the Shield versus the Authority. You're taking the Authority. I'm staying with the Shield. Chip, you're taking Taker. You're going with Undertaker. I'm going with Lesnar, and I'm abstaining completely from Daniel Bryan and Triple H. And then Orton versus Batista. I'm saying Orton's going to keep it through DQ. You're saying Bryan's going to go all the way.
Absolutely. Follow us on Twitter. I'll be tweeting in WrestleMania SCI_Wrestling. Should be fun. I'm really excited. Hall of Fame tonight on WWE Network.
And we're looking forward to the after show. Hopefully, Mr. Plank will be with us next week.
Yes.
And Sooners, you better win on that field tonight.
My God.
You took our guy from us. But, hey, duty calls. Yeah. Chris is out doing some of the things he's probably the best in the business at.
He is. He's very, very good at what he does.
So join us next week right here on a computer near you for another episode of the show that we love to call SCI.